All right, we're just gonna give it a moment for some more people to get on. Hey guys. Just giving a couple minutes for some more people to join us here. We're doing our weekly live. This is our third week, so we're trying to show you guys some additional products we have, some new items. Also, if you do not currently get our catalog, our new catalog drops tomorrow. You'll be starting to see it in your home tomorrow, so check that out. We have a lot of cool new stuff here. I'll be showing you some of it. Make sure to sign up, micromark.com. Also, if you guys don't get our emails, we send out promotions via email. We send out brand new items that come out. And also, we'll be announcing some show schedules that we have as well. If you go to our Micromark website, we have a show schedules link at the bottom. So if you frequent model train shows, Comic-Cons, I guess IMATs, shows like that, check below, see if Micromark will be there. We do take pre-orders for shows. So if you're interested in getting a product, but you know you're going to be at the show, you don't want to wait for shipping, you can find the pre-order link there, order the product. We'll actually bring it to the show for you so you can have it and take it with you right from the show. So I'll get started here. The theme today is really about our book offering. Micromark has over 125 books that we offer. They vary from power tool, how-tos. We have the home machinist books here. Basic lathe work is one of them. Basic bench work, basic lathe work, measuring and marking different metals. This one comes with actual workshop projects that you can do. Large tabletop machining book here. So many different tips and tricks in this book. It's a really good seller for us. But this for home machinist, we have a large collection. I don't have all of them here. There's probably about 12 to 14 books in this collection. And they're really great whether you're a beginner or even if you're a master at your craft. It's always good to see what's new and what's going on. These books, I guess a new one gets put out probably, I would say, a couple times a year. We like to keep adding to this collection, so keep an eye out for that. If you type in for home machinists in our website, you'll be able to see the collection for that. What else do we have here? So model trains. Here, if you could just come around this way so we can show the stuff we have out here. So this is just an example of a small diorama. Micromark has a ton of different scenery products. I have a few of them out here. Some scenery and ballast cement that we have, some realistic water, some fine ballast. But really, when you're getting into this, you don't really know where to start. So whether you're a model train enthusiast and you're getting interested in doing a model train layout, we have everything from starter tracks plans to actually building your own bench. So doing bench work. And as you know, Micromark sells a whole array of power tools. So power tools, hand tools, everything you could think of. We'll get you started here with that. If you're intimidated by it, check it out. I think you'll find that it's very easy to follow. Gives you a good guide and makes it more comfortable to start in that. So we have basic model railroad bench work here. We have basic track work for model railroaders. We have starter track plans. If any of you guys have any of these books too or work on any of this stuff, feel free to chime in. We have, I'll do that one last because I have a little something to show there. All right. How to build realistic model railroad scenery, which is what you see here. Again, we have all of the supplies and tools that you need, and Micromark can always help you along the way with anything that you need to know. So how to build realistic scenery. We have how to design a model railroad, DCC guide, and wiring your model railroad. Now, when it comes to the DCC guide, we also have some DVDs still here. I believe these are final editions, so once our DVDs of this collection are sold out, you will not be able to get them from us anymore. But we have how to install a DCC system. We have DCC Programming Volume 1, and we also have the DCC Programming Volume 2. So if you're interested in this, check these out. When it comes to wiring your model railroad, it's another thing that can be quite intimidating. So following these step-by-step guides, they have tons of different designs in here for you and tips and tricks. Check it out. We just got this new wire stripper in. It's our Jacari wire stripper. It's actually made in Germany. So basically it strips thin wires, thick wires, multi-strand wires. This is a solid wire. Right up here. Nice and clean. Also has a wire cutter on it. That's because she's doing the Facebook Live, so they both have to be from the same angle. All right, so that's our wiring, our model railroad supplies. We have power carving. We have our Microlux power chisel right over here. We have some sharpening stones if you're interested in getting into power carving. 22 all-time projects in here. Gives you some tips and tricks about how to do power carving. So we have 3D printing and laser cutting books. So I don't know if you know, but Micromark sells filament. We sell 3D printers. We also sell laser cutters. This was actually laser cut here in the building. That's a prototype of, I believe it was the Ketty Roundhouse. So if you're interested in doing your own laser cutting, 3D printing, that's definitely a good book for you. It actually gets you introduced into the CAD programs, the different software programs, so you can design your own, whether it's right there showing you a model train, locomotive, track, anything you could think of. So another collection that we have is our jewelry section of our website. If you check it out, we have a full array of books for jewelry making. These here, we have wire wrap jewelry. We have a bunch of wire wrapping tools. We have metal forming pliers. We have actually a brand new set of the metal forming pliers. If you haven't seen them, check it out on our website. This one comes with a 4-piece set. I think the other one's a 6 or an 8-piece set. So check that out. This Impress Art stamping set comes in handy when you're making jewelry, or even if just making, nifty little car. What did I see someone make with these? One of those rear view mirror or something to hang from your rear view mirror. But I'm going to be demonstrating this actually in a moment. But again, if you're interested in jewelry, we have more than this. I'm just showing you guys a little bit of everything, but there's way more. I think we probably have about 15 different jewelry books, all different techniques. Then we have carving. So these are the 10-piece palm carving tool set by Ramelson. These are made in the USA. These come pre-polished and buffed and pre-sharpened. So it's 10 different tools in here. It comes with a suede roll. We have carving gloves, carving knives. I'm actually going to be demonstrating some of this, doing some carving as well in a moment. So carving, goes anything from whittling, carving for beginners. This one is cute, carving the little guys. Step by step, starting with a full piece of wood. Tells you the different type of wood you should be using as well. So we do tupelo, basswood, cedar, pine, Julaton. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but tells you the different types of wood and how they should be treated and everything like that. So it's a good starter guide. Next thing we have here, soldering. So we have soldering and brazing handbook. We also have a welding handbook that we're not showing here, and electroplating as well. Micromark sells a bunch of different soldering tools that you need. So including, this is one of our scientific line. It's a laser cut here in the building, soldering stand for all your soldering tools. All right. Getting into another type of craft, we have calligraphy books, calligraphy inks, and a calligraphy starter set that comes with the different tips, the pen, and even if you want to use a feather pen. This is actually quite fun because you can combine the two. So you learn how to do your calligraphy, and then you can go ahead and carve it onto some wood. So it's pretty cool. We have building dioramas. There's a few different books when it comes to building different types of dioramas, whether it's an army diorama or just a scene from a street. We have a bunch of scientific model kits that will allow you to build mailboxes, forklifts, techniques on how to get the most realistic paint for your war dioramas based on what you're modeling. We sell the paints for that as well. Take a look at this awesome diorama as well. All right. Then over here we have our mini tilt arbor saw. So we have a ton of different wood projects that you can do, a bunch of different projects with different templates. And not only does it cut wood, but we sell a bunch of different blades that can allow you to cut different materials like tile. So we also sell mosaic books, if you're into mosaic or doing something crafty like this. I mean, every time personally when I see this stuff, it makes me want to get into that hobby. So it's really hard to work here because everything I see, I'm like, oh, I can definitely do that. Yeah, so one thing about our tilt arbor saw as well, it is portable and lightweight. So you can actually transport it if you're going somewhere. We sell this bag separately. Fits it perfect. You can fit all your accessories in here as well. Take it with you wherever you go. Or even if you just don't want to leave it laying out, if you don't have a large workspace, you can keep it stored in here, keep it safe. This thing is really durable, soft, but also has a nice padding. All right, so now I'm going to get into showing you guys a few things. I'm going to start with some carving. Again, I'm not really a wood carver, but it's just something I saw and I said, hey, I want to check that out and try it. So I'm going to show you guys. This is our, I'll show you the box actually. This is our Elite collection of chisels, our Micromark Premier line. I don't know if you guys have seen this on our cover. I think we had it on our cover maybe last year. But these things really look like jewelry. So I'm going to be demonstrating some of those right now for you and using this piece of wood. All right, so what I like really is this VGogue tool. Again, these look like jewelry. We'll just show a little bit of, again, bear with me, I'm not a wood carver. I just want to show you guys how sharp these are. So that was just with one pass with that. Now these little chisels are good for when you're doing detail work, really precision work. But you can use them as any other chisel as well. Anything that you would need a chisel for. Again, these come pre-sharpened, very, very sharp, so be careful. But let's see what else we have here. I don't know what this one does, but I guess if you're digging a line. What else do we have here? Does anyone have any questions about our Premier chisel set? Or anything that I've shown so far before I get into the stamping?
I think you're doing a good job, Cheryl. I don't have any questions yet.
All right, great. Thank you. We got our Instagram. What is that, the Facebook? Do you have any questions on Facebook? No?
No.
All right. Okay, so what I did here is I just showed you how you can do any type of free printable template or anything if you want to get started in this hobby and, you know, test out all the different shapes, see what works for you. Now, this is our Impress Art beginner kit. So this is a basic stamping kit. It comes with everything you see here. And I'm just going to show you guys and do a little tutorial on this on how simple it is. Again, you can use it on any stampable metal. It doesn't have to be these that they have. You can get it from other places. We do sell bookmarks, dog tags, ornaments, stuff like that if you're interested in expanding, but this is just the basic set. All right, so what I'm going to do here is take this. Comes with these mini sticky rulers. So it is a good idea to have some tape to align it as well. But if you don't, this is sticky, and when you line it up and push it down, you'll actually be able to keep it there. So, All right, let's try this out and hope for the best. All right, I'm not an expert, so let's just see what we got here. All right, so it does come with, this is I think it's the Bridget font. And let me just find some of these here. Let me get some letters. This one. These are not in order, and it's not any fault but my own, because when I took it out before, I actually dropped it all over the table. So let me find, where's the Y. While I'm doing this, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. We are going to be showing the variable speed disc sander in a minute as well, so stay tuned if you're interested in that. We're going to be doing a demonstration on how it works. So,
Jolene says that we should have a work mat under there.
let's see here. Yes, Jolene, you can use a work mat under it for this purpose. I'm not at the moment, but if you are doing it, you should use a work mat. Comes with the metal stamping block. So you can also, if you want, with this template, write the letters that you're going to be using on here as well. But I'm just kind of going on the fly here. All right, so here's, as you can see, it's stamped the J right there. Very simple.
I can't comment that. Somebody on YouTube is asking where are the close-up shots?
Yeah.
And it's Facebook, the close-ups are on.
Make sure this is lined up correctly. Sorry. It's a little slippery. But you can see, you do have to take your time with this. But you can see how simple it is.
While she's doing her impressions, there was a question from YouTube as to where we could see where you guys can see the close-up shots. If you tune into our Facebook page, we've got some close-ups there. That's Facebook. Micromark Tools on Facebook.
All right, and just if you guys notice, I'm doing a double tap on it. You don't have to do that. I'd rather do it because it actually gets it a little deeper in. So for the next part I'm doing, which is going to be the black enamel, makes it a little bit of a deeper bed for it to be able to hold that enamel. So now you can see, I can leave it like this if I want to. And YouTube is which one? This one right here?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just show our YouTube what we did on here. I don't know if this is zooming in too good. No, it's not. We have a few different lives going at the same time, guys, so bear with us, please. But the next step, so now we have this on here. You can leave it as is if you want. Or the basic set is going to come with a Stamp Enamel starter sample pack, and it comes with the black. Personally, I rather use the enamel marker. I've tried both, and this is better in my opinion as far as the drying time. The drying time on this one, you probably need 2 to 3 minutes. This one is going to be about 1 minute. We do sell this separately, or this comes with this. So here, I'm just going to take it, and you're just going to line it over here, like that. So we do suggest you do not use a Sharpie or anything of the sort unless it's very thin and you're going into the grooves only. This enamel pen that you can buy from Impress Art, or from us, that's Impress Art, you're able to actually buff it away on the outside, and it only stays inside of the groove. So that's why we do recommend not using a Sharpie or anything other than the enamel pens. So we're just going to wait for a moment for that. And I'm going to put these away. Show you guys how that came out. We do have a larger stamping set as well. This is the basic. We have a larger starter set. Comes with many more letters, and it comes with a bunch of different shapes. It comes with more blanks, and it comes with more templates, I believe. Okay. All right, so the starter set comes with a bookmark, comes with two rectangular key rings or whatever you want to use them for, jewelry, bracelets, whatever you want, and a round. Comes with 4 key rings. Comes with the basic Bridget set, full alphabet, the hammer, and again the sticky rollers. You can, if you want, write the letters of what you're using to make sure they line up exactly. I didn't, to show you that you don't have to do that. It's up to you. All right, so let me blow on this a little bit. And you guys can see on here, if we come a little bit closer, how you can see it through there as well. So the enamel is soaking into, hopefully it's not too soon, but I guess we'll see. There we go. All right. So there you go. So this can go on a key ring. Is it zooming in there? Let me see. There you go. So it was that quick for me to do this. This can go on a key ring or it can go on a piece of jewelry. If you want, you can put another hole on this side and make it into a nice bracelet. And yeah, check out the rest of the templates we have for Impress Art. Did anybody have any questions about Impress Art before we move on to our disc sander? Or any of the books that we have here? Okay. All right, so.
Okay. I'd like to introduce you to our 90037 5-inch variable speed sander. This has been a great addition. It's been super popular, and I'm going to show you some of the setups and the use of this tool. Number one is it comes with a magnetic strip on top, so you have onboard storage for your tools. You'll need this to change out the table and remove it and add. It will remove sandpapers, which is what I'm going to do in a moment. It comes with a vacuum port adapter, which screws basically into the left side of the machine. There's a little tongue that you need to insert into to align it, and then you can flip it. Now it's secured in place. And then put your vacuum right on that for a clean work area while you're working. Has a T-slot miter gauge. It slides in from either the left or the right. I've heard people say that they would like to have the tolerance of this a little tighter, but that's just not possible. The way you use a miter gauge is you hold it against one side of the wall. You either push towards it or pull away from it to align it, so you're sanding in parallel to your piece that's against the disc. This is adjustable from 0 to 90, both left and right. And it slides on or off from the left or the right of the table. Now, to change the sandpaper, or apply the sandpaper, there is the wrench that's provided, and there's your cap screw right there.
Come up a little
There you simply unscrew this. There's a washer behind it. You don't want to lose. And then the whole front of the unit will slide right off. This gives you complete access to the 5-inch disc surface, and makes it quick and easy to apply the sandpaper. Of note or important is this white laminate that's on the disc itself. This is not to be removed ever. This is firmly adhered to the disc, which is an aluminum disc. Once you remove the pressure-sensitive adhesive covering of the back of this disc, you're going to be able to apply it. It'll stick firmly in place, and it'll make it easier to remove this if you haven't fully used the disc up. And you can take it off to apply a different grit.
It'll still stick real good to this, even though it looks shiny. Okay.
Yep. You can take the one that's half used, put it on wax paper, and sandwich it to save this disc for later use. So we're going to show you that. By the way, I have this sitting on a rubber mat just so I don't mark up the table. And just give me
And the disc is adhesive when you take that off.
It is pressure sensitive adhesive, yes. Okay. Give me one moment.
See, this is another tool that I feel like now I can use and do a project.
I just have to get underneath there. best you can to align the disc and the sandpaper, and then just push it on. You should not be applying or removing sandpaper with the unit plugged in, because you don't want to accidentally start it up. So, okay, I've got that applied. Now I'm going to put the table back on. Grab my washer and my bolt again. And screw it back together.
On which one?
Tight.
On which Facebook?
And now it's
We have a question on one of
on.
those things.
Table's
You guys
back
see it?
on.
Okay.
The table tilts from 0 to 50 degrees. There's a knob on the left and the right that you co-jointly use in your movement in opposite directions in order to loosen the table. And the gauge
When he's done.
for the degree of the table is located on the side. You can always double check the angle that you're using with a square or a 45-degree square or some other type of square or protractor. But we're just going to zero this up for the moment, which is right there. Beyond 0. 1 second. There's a little pointer right there, right below the knob. So it's pointing at 0. And I'll tighten the table in place. On-off switch located at the back end of the unit. Like I said, it's variable speed. This unit has power boost circuitry. So as you lean in more to the sanding operation, the unit will sense it needs to provide more power, so it will provide that extra power that you need. Goes from 1150 revolutions per minute to 3600. So you're able to work with not only woods, which usually you have the higher speeds on. It allows you to work with metals for slower speeds, or even plastics. It'll sand just about anything you can possibly sand with any type of a sander. You do get included with it an eraser disc, eraser bar to
We
clean
would
up.
call it an abrasive disc, right?
Yeah, to clean up the abrasive disc, you can use this and rub it against it. I'll show you that in a few minutes, as soon as I get something dirty. And now I'm gonna plug the tool back in. Okay, I'm gonna turn it on.
It's really quiet.
Super quiet. It's got a rotation arrow for how the disc is spinning. You want to be working on this side of the disc, the downstroke side. Don't work on this side, because otherwise the wood dust is just going to come up into your face. And that's slow speed, and high speed goes like such. As you can hear, it's really quiet.
Very.
And I did bring a block of wood to sand. So you can use it freeform. You can also sand plastic with it, like I said, but you want this on slow speed. You don't want to melt the plastic. Here, I'll show you using cleanup bar. Back to good, brandy new. Let it come down to your speed. And you're sanding away plastic, and it's not going to melt on you. Or metal. Perhaps a little faster. I've taken some metal away. Or you can even work on plaster. Definitely have the vacuum hooked up when you're working on plaster. And I'm going to shut it off for 1 second and show you something else. I had this on the rubber pad in order to protect our table here in the room. But this unit does come with a clamp. Here's your table clamp. And it will clamp on any table from a 1/2 inch to 2 3/4 inch thick. Down underneath the bottom here is the clamp port entry area. And now I would clamp it to any table that has a square edge from a 1/2 inch to 2 3/4 inch. And I would be mounting it like that. Additionally, you can mount this one other way. You can mount it with the disc pointing horizontally by underneath. And you can work from the top if the standing position is more appropriate for whatever you're doing. So there are 2 ways to use this clamp.
And the clamp comes with it.
And the clamp comes with it. You get six discs for it. 2 80 grit, 2 150 grit, and 2 240 grits. And we also have optional other 80 grit 5-packs you can buy. 120 grit, 240 grit, 320 grit, and 400 grit are all available in 5-packs. So 90037 5-inch variable speed sander with the power boost circuitry.
The abrasive stick will clean off all that powder.
Yes, this eraser will erase all of that.
It comes with it.
You do get this stick with the unit.
We also sell it separately if you have your own disc sander already and you need a cleaner. We have that separately. Well, that's so nice. Yeah. Very nice.
There you go.
All right, good. We did have a question about paint. What do we suggest for if you're painting miniature figures? So we have an item 80770, which is our holding tool. And that would be the best for painting miniatures. We do also have, actually, if you search in our new hobby supplies section on our website. So this is the holding tool, what it looks like. But on the new section of our website, we have some Infini model products that it actually comes with some holding sticks and a holding stand as well. So it depends on really what you're doing, how many figures you're looking to paint at one time. But we have a bunch of stuff for that. Does anyone have any questions about the variable speed disc sander that Vince just showed? Or anything else that we have here? Our Elite Premier chisels. Any of our books here? The Impress Art Stamping Beginner Set. All right. Does anybody, Wayne, I don't know if you're able to see any questions on there like that. Hirok, any questions?
No.
All right. Nothing about the Arbor Saw. All right. Well, if anyone does have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Even if we're no longer live, we will be following up to answer your questions. If you'd like to see a link to anything that we showed today, let us know. We'll be sure to put the link in the comment section as well. Thank you all for joining our Friday Live today, and have a great weekend. And happy April Fool's Day.